Hello and welcome to today's video on high altitude investing. So today's video is going to be on market symmetry. So basically what market symmetry is when you have something, when the market moves in a symmetric manner. So I'm just going to switch over to my computer screen here so I can show some examples. Basically Symmetry is when, I'll just show you the Wikipedia definition here real quick. If you don't know, this is something that is symmetric and this is something that's asymmetric. So a symmetric object or thing is completely even and equal on both sides. So split between the middle, it's the same shape on both sides, and an asymmetric object is two different shapes. So that's a simple definition, but basically when a market moves in a symmetric manner, when a market is moving in a symmetric manner, it's when it does something one way and then repeats it reversed the other way. And this is also, this technique that I'm showing you today is also just more a method of taking when a market is super oversold or overbought and taking that into advantage for entries and exits with the relative strength index. So this is an RSI indicator. You can just get this by clicking on indicators. This is tradingview.com, and then go to RSI. Now the RSI, there isn't a built-in RSI on Poloniex, but you can use the TradingView one, and then I also like to put a MACD on there. Now the reason for this is I look for MACD crossover and then RSI entries. So I'll show you what I mean by symmetry in a market. Basically, there's a whole bunch of places in markets where you have these tops out, where it tops out right here, or it bottoms out right here. These sharp swings in the market where when it comes in and then it pulls back, an equal swing. That's a pretty symmetric move. It comes up from here and then pulls back equally. That's a perfect triangle right here. That's a symmetrical move in a market. Now, because there's emotion and stuff, it's not going to be perfect, that shape. It's not going to be that exact shape, as you can see. And I'd like to point out that the market draws these lines. I'm just drawing over what the market is already doing. Order comes from chaos, and so when there's a whole bunch of orders and buy and sell orders being filled and all kinds of stuff like that, you have order coming from chaos, but it still has mathematical shapes. That's why you'll have like a symmetrical triangle form here, or another symmetrical under scoop right there, or even just this bowl shape is symmetrical right here. So there's a lot of market movement that is symmetrical. But something I look for is symmetrics inside of indicators. So, for example, this is a relative strength index, like I said. Now let's look for entry opportunities inside the relative strength index. So let me go ahead and clear out some of these drawings. This is Ethereum, by the way, on 1 minute candlesticks. And this is the 25th of March. So let's look for entry and exits. Now, if I just draw a line, every time the market hits one of those new lows, we can assume that's around in the 22 area on the relative strength index. It seems to be giving us entry points. So let's see if this holds true. That would mean that this recent area is an entry point. So let's put a line right here and see if this is a good entry for later down in the video. Once there's been enough time for the market to move a little bit, let's see if that's an entry. Forward testing for a minute. But back testing, if we look at that line right there and then we draw another line around the 75 area on the top, Oops. Okay. So 75 area. And 22 area. Now, time scale. Huh. How do I get this? So this isn't the only thing here. How did I manage that? Indicators, candlesticks. Did I delete the candlesticks? Wow, what have I done here? How did I manage this? Oh. Of course, leave it up to me to completely get rid of my candlesticks. Okay, I'm gonna come back when I've got this figured. So I got those candlesticks figured out. So yeah, this would be an entry point since we had it touch the bottom, and that's what we're looking for, is it to touch the bottom for entries and then touch this top for exits. So this is just taking advantage of the symmetrical movement and putting it into something that isn't, because like markets move like mountains, right? So if you kind of get into a new zone, if you're looking at 1 minute candlesticks and you get into a new zone here, new price range, and you're all zoomed in, you forget about all of the previous price movement. But because, you know, indicators like the relative strength index and the MACD have no like specific point in which, you know, it doesn't move with the actual price, so it's just like an averaged indication of the price movement, and it doesn't actually move up with the price. Because of that, you can get a lot of the symmetrical entry and exit points. So let's see back testing. Let's see if we could hold true to this trading plan and see if it works. So let me go ahead and pull over here, pull this down so that it's actually in the zone I was looking for. I'm just looking to get all those target entries and exits. So all I've done is drawn a little line a little bit out of this area, right? And this is 1 minute candlesticks on Ethereum, like I said. So let's see back testing. Let's see how this works for entries and exits. Oops. Smooth. Okay, here we go. Back testing. Now, here would have been an entry right here on the thing. Now, this would have been an exit right here, somewhere right here. So we would have gotten pretty good off that trade. Now, I will say that if I was drawing this line, I would have had to draw this line back here, or already have known that that line is in place, because if the market, you know, price is at that area and I'm drawing this line right here, but it's live, I don't know, you know, what's going to happen down the road. Back testing is different. That's why forward testing is really important, because you have to be able to know how to draw these lines live, right? So if I just draw a line a little bit outside of this purple area live and assume that would be safe for entries and exits, I might not be right. I might have to set up a actual mathematical formula for drawing these lines. But in this case, I can draw these lines and then forward test where I've back tested, right? So I've drawn these lines, now I can back test it and then forward test that theory. So far it's proving to be pretty good for entries. Let's see, this would have been another entry right here, so let's draw. And we would have gotten out of that market right here on the exit at a small profit. Looks like we've had a couple entries right here, and it looks like we would have gotten out of that market right here at a small profit. So far it's holding true. Back testing. Now we would have gotten some entries right here, and then would have gotten out of the market when we came up right here. So that's what I'm looking at on the RSI. is when it touches this area, entry here, and entry there. Then I would have exited those at this position here. Now, if it holds true to this theory, then we would have gotten an entry point right here, and we can wait for an exit, you know, in the future. So we'll see if it holds true. Now, what would prove to be a bearish signal is if it went below this point right here and continued to break below in price. So if it went below this point and continued to break below in price, and then it breaks a previous low, so like right here, say it breaks this previous low, then you could maybe say you wanted to get out of that market. Now, it just depends on what your trading plan is, but that's one way you can do it, is if it breaks below previous low, then you could say that it's not holding true to that theory anymore, and so you could you know, get out of the market and find something else. Now, the way that the MACD works is, the MACD is actually on Poloniex. Now, the way that I know how to trade the MACD, obviously everybody has different trading plans, but the way that I know how to trade the MACD is that when we have a crossover in between the center, this 0 point, that's an entry, and that a crosswords on the upside means an entry, and then if we have a crossword through the middle on the downside means an exit, and by the middle I mean this 0 point right here. So right at the middle of this MACD, that's the 0 point. So this would be entries if these lines cross up through. See those lines in the background? These blue and orange line. If it crosses up through the 0, that's entries, and if it crosses down below, that's exits. So up and below. So that's the way that I know how to trade the MACD. So let's see how that theory holds true in the Ethereum market. We have a cross up right here. So this would have been an entry point in the market. So that's right there. Now let's wait for our exit. It looks like it would have pulled us out of the trade right here. Exiting the market right here at a very small profit, but still in profit, so that's good. Now let's see, we would have an entry point right here, so that would have been an entry point, and then an exit point right here. So here would have been an exit point at a small profit, an entry point right here, and it looks like we just recently had the exit point. Let me move my drawing tools right here. So that would have been a pretty good entry and exit. See how I'm using this indicator when it crosses over through the middle here. It crosses up right here, so here's an entry point through the middle. These lines cross through right here through the middle, so there's an exit point. And that's just, you know, that's just how I know how to trade the MACD, and that stands for moving average convergence divergence. So it's just an indicator, and these are just the main indicators I like to use. But that's market symmetry. I'll give you one more example here. Let's go to Ripple. Let's check out Ripple. This is one that I've been paying a lot of attention to. Let's check out Ripple. Now let's actually pull back to about a 45-minute candlestick, get some more time here. Wow, I've got a big messy drawing here. I've always got messy trading view ideas all the time because I never clear them. I need to get in the habit of doing that. Alright, so indicators. We'll add our RSI real quick. Relative Strength Index. Awesome. Now we have 3. We don't need 3. Now let's zoom out. Now remember, the market draws these lines. It's just a mathematical way in which it moves. And we're just following what the market's already telling us. So if we pull this up, this is a small trend. See how it's starting at this low right here, and it's slowly trending up. Now we could say this is an entry trend line. This is more symmetry. So this is more symmetrical movement in a market. And what the RSI gives us is a way to nail those signals in a way that we have more, because like the market moves up and down, right, a lot, and we don't really know where the market is going for sure at any given point in time. But these indicators can give you a good idea of places to exit and enter, so that you're not just, you know, kind of guessing. It's less of a guessing game. Now it does take a lot of practice, and no indicator is perfect, and no trading plan is perfect, but you can get pretty good at it. So I'm drawing this line right here. Now let's see how this would work back testing for entries and exits. So here would have been an entry right here. Here's an entry right here. And here's our exit right here. So I've just drawn two trending lines in our RSI. Here would have been an entry right here. Here would have been an exit right here. So far it's holding true to our trading plan. This could have been a possible entry. It depends on how much play you let yourself have inside your channel here that you draw. But I would say that probably for me, I wouldn't go for an entry there. I usually try and make it so it hits that line exactly. But I also, before I start trading it, like I draw these lines pretty quickly when I'm doing these videos, but before I start trading it, I want to make sure those lines are mathematical to me. You know, I want to make sure they're touching as many points accurately as I can, so that I can get the most entries and exits efficiently. So we'd be in another entry point right now in Ripple, and we'd want to look for an exit. So that's just basically how you back test with indicators, specifically the RSI and the MACD. I've been getting some pretty good entries and exits with this trading method. I hope it helps you guys out a lot. And symmetrical movement like this in markets is just really a pretty good way for me. I found, especially recently, I've been doing this a lot and getting some good day trading signals. See this crossover right here? That would have been an entry. And this cross right here would have been an exit. So that exit would have been right here. And that's just on the, this is just on the MACD, but that's a pretty good entry and exit position, you know. That's a huge swing in the market, almost 70% gains right there. Let's see, that's 668 Satoshi up to 949. So that's a pretty big swing in the market, probably at least 20% of a swing. And you can see how they like to move in this fashion. And it's a pretty good way to find entries and exits, I found. So I hope this helps you guys. Stay tuned for my videos tomorrow. I'm probably going live tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going live. And also, for 1,000 subscribers, I've got a big surprise for you guys, so pay attention for that. I'm almost at 1,000 subs, so go ahead and share with your friends if you can for me. I really appreciate that. Every tip is greatly appreciated. Somebody donated 0.56 Dash the other day to me, and that's a huge, that means a lot. I can actually keep going with this channel and, you know, keep progressing, and we can all learn from this. Check out my Discord chat. There's a link in my channel on the links. If you click on my channel page, you can just go to my links, and you'll see that I have, oh shoot, not Google About Me. You'll see that I have what am I saying? You'll see that I have the link to my Discord chat to join right here. You can join my Discord chat. Go ahead and go to digitalcurrencytraders.com and sign up for the free course, and then if you like it, I highly recommend checking out the paid course. $450, well, $449 for a lifetime membership, and it's a course and entrance into his community. And you can get a 20% discount using my promotion code HighAltitude20. So if we go to my Twitter here, I have a tweet pinned. It's a high altitude tweet. The high altitude. Yeah, you can get 20% off on the lifetime and membership and course, and I highly recommend it. It's a great course. You can learn a lot about crypto trading. A lot of, the methods that I use and stuff I get from all kinds of different places, but I will say that Lumbridge City was one of the very first getting me into trading back in the day. One of the first I would watch his channel, so I highly recommend checking out his course. Now, that's another symmetrical move in the market. Let me quickly actually switch to my screen here because I wasn't on my screen, which is a troll because I was trying to show you stuff on my screen. But yeah, here's another symmetrical move in the market, that V shape. So there's a lot of symmetry in markets, yeah. Be paying attention to that. But go to digitalcurrencytraders.com, sign up for this course, or at least try the free ones out. They're really good. And this 449 one, you can get 20% off with the high altitude 20 promotion code right here. So check that out and stay tuned for more videos and more tips and tricks to come. So thank you guys for watching, and you guys have excellent days. Stay profitable as always.